go straight into the presentation that I prepared. So basically, so when the internet catches up, there we are. Okay, so, you know, as I was saying earlier, I started Afristoricals in 2003. Prior to that, I spent a few years studying, doing some deep study. And it dawned on me that really the focus, after many years actually of participating in various events and various marches, that, you know, we really need to try to change our strategic approach. We need to look at tackling the challenge that we have on a daily basis against white supremacy racism. We need to tackle that in a different way, in a more preemptive way rather than reactive, which is the way that we always end up reacting to all the daily microaggressions and injustices of, which happen time and time again, and they continue to happen. And one of the things that I realized was that through the study of history was that, you know, it doesn't matter how long, but every so many generations, the white race, unfortunately, go on an attack on people of African descent. What made it more profound for me was, you know, studying the ancient Greeks and how they overthrew the Africans in Egypt. And so we've had situations where the population has changed its face, you know, from a brown population, a black-skinned population, to a white race population like we've seen in Egypt. And I wondered how was that possible? How were people able to do that? And that's what led me onto the journey of Afristoricals. And I realized that people tend to not be able to have the time to study the books that need to be read, to understand how we came to be in this position. And so that's when I started to think about different tools that can be used to help our people in particular realign our mental thinking, realign our thoughts, realign the way we perceive ourselves. And that's what engineered me to produce Afristoricals. So here's a little video. Okay, sorry about that backlog. Hold on, let me mute. Okay, sorry about that. Bit of feedback there. So yeah, so I created Afristoricals and as a place to go to for solutions in Black history. So I present tours at the British Museum and the Natural History Museum also, to show people the evidence of African civilization in all continents across the world. It's interesting that in the British Museum we see evidence of Black presence from the very beginning in places like Europe and Asia and America. So it's something that I felt would help people change the perception that we have of ourselves, of coming from an innately inferior place, as white supremacy has taught the world. Okay, so that's me, Sister Celine Akigwe. And this was the first manifestation of my research that evolved into the Afristorical death calendar. That took place in 2006, so I published the 2007 death calendar, and every day of the year there's a different fact that teaches people about the significant achievements and events from an African perspective. And so the Afristorical death calendar evolved into AmojApp, which is my main topic today. And so last year, Afristoricals was featured in the Evening Standard supplement for Black History. And so we were pick of the month. So I was very proud of that. And that was also as a result of the AmojApp and the uses that people have of when they download AmojApp. And so Afrohistory is the element of AmojApp that teaches people the history on a day-to-day basis. So every day of the year, people get notifications on their mobile phone of the fact of the day, so that every day people are able to gradually learn that information that is so hard for everyone to read. So we have every day different facts, different achievers, significant events from all over the Black world. It's all in one place where people can actually gradually learn, and you can download AmojApp at www.umojapp, that's AmojApp.com. And as you can see, AmojApp is powered by Afristoricals. So this will give you a bit of an insight to AmojApp. Okay, we've had a bit of a technical. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so it looks like the screen's frozen again. Hopefully it will sort itself out in a minute. Okay, there we are. Okay. So that's an insight to you to AmojApp. AmojApp was produced, it was released in December 2016. We can move on from that. Okay. The next slide. It was produced in December 2016. So since December 2016, people have been able to receive their historical alerts from their phone. This is the Afrohistory timeline, where you'll be able to find various information, up to almost 400 different facts, historical facts on people of African descent that have significantly achieved something that has produced benefited the world and benefited everyone in their inventions. So you'll be able to learn a lot about that when you download AmojApp. Now, also on AmojApp, you'll find AmojApp's the gateway to Afrizone.shop. Afrizone.shop is, and you get access to that through AfriBiz, where you'll be able to buy from Black-owned businesses and really keep the money circulating in our community for longer than the 6 minutes. The reason why I wanted to expand into the commercial side, because everything in AmojApp you see there is available for free download, was that I was shocked by the fact that even despite we have a number of platforms that will be that offer the services of Black-owned businesses, despite that we have more, we keep our monies, does not leave our community long enough. With Jews, with Jewish people, they in their community, they keep their money circulating for 2 months before they start spending their money outside the community. With the Indian people, it is 1 month. And then with the Black community, we keep our money circulating in our community for just 6 minutes before we spend outside. So that had a profound effect on how I viewed what tools the AmojApp could be used for. And so I evolved the AfriBiz directory, which just merely listed the businesses, into an active online store where the businesses that participate can help their customers and their clients benefit from rewards by using their services. And so that's the AfriBiz directory. And you can also recommend businesses, leave reviews and what have you. So here's a little bit about Afrizone.shop. Okay, this video doesn't seem to want to work either. So I'm not having a very good technical experience. So never mind, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, excellent. Right, so that brings me to the next part of AmojApp. AmojApp is where you can get the latest news from your community. So we are informed about what is happening in our community. Here you can see that Afri News, you'll be able to share the news on Facebook, Twitter. You can even email or text news headlines to your friends, or to Facebook or to Twitter. So it's very interactive, where you can keep your social media family informed. So let's listen to it. So that's AmojApp, and that is available on AmojApp. We're launching AmojApp on the 1st of October, and that's going to be the first Black-owned Zoom, so that we don't have to keep paying a company that, quite frankly, has blocked the whole of West Africa into 1-hour time zones. And we can actually keep the money circulating in our community for longer. And so so that's AmojApp, and the gateway to AmojApp is actually on AmojApp. So I've got another video. Let me just let that play for 1 second. Let me move on to the next slide. Okay, so that's it. So let me, I was going to show you a few things about AmojApp that actually made me come up with, so let me get rid of this presentation, and let me just stop sharing my screen. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I hope that was okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear
you.
Not sure if you can hear me or not, so I'm going to keep going.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, so with AmojApp, that's what caused me to just go to AmojApp. That's what caused me to develop this platform, because I felt that, and I saw that, you know, we had so many fantastic outlets out there that we needed to share the opportunities with people, as well as get people to make an easier place, a one-stop shop for people to find these Black-owned businesses, as well as learn the important history that we need to learn, and reach out to people on AfriChat, because we have a chat function as well. You can share your comments, share your posts, and that sort of thing. It's a space for us. There's also an AfriWealth section. So I just want to load up the website. Okay, great. So let me just share my screen again. Okay. Great. So this is where you will find AmojApp, and this is where you'll be able to download the app from, as well as it's available on Google Play Store, as well as Apple iStore as well, iPhone Store. So you'll be able to do that also. Now, the reason why I came up with AmojApp was because I wanted to find, you know, the smartest way for people of African descent to achieve social and economic empowerment. And so with the social empowerment, we're running a promotion, I'll come to that. With the social empowerment, we are looking at giving people the tools that they need to be able to be proud of who they are, so they know that Africa was not in the darkness before colonization. A lot of people start their history from the 16th century, from the coming of the Europeans, and it's important for us all to realize that we are the oldest people on planet Earth, and therefore we have the oldest history on Earth. And so we need to be able to understand, or overstand, if you like, where we're actually coming from, in order to value that Black pound and see value in each other, so that we all reach out to each other. So we are running a promotion for our first supporters of Ikwoku. We're running a 50% discount off your first month's subscription. It's only available for a limited period. So whether you're an individual or a fresh Bob or a growing Bob or an expert Bob, Bob is my acronym, or our acronym even, for Black-owned businesses, then host your meetings on Ikwoku. And we're launching on the 1st of October, and the launch is imminent, less than 4 weeks away. And so we're looking for everyone's support to get behind this project. We've had 2 European individuals that have launched their own Made in Africa video conferencing platforms, and they were soon found out that they were not actually, they may have been made in Africa, but they weren't made by Africans. And that's the point. We're talking about people of African descent that we're here to support and expand on their businesses so that we can support ourselves. And so we have our tour at the British Museum. They're now open again. We're running 1 tour this month. We'll be at the British Museum on Sunday at 12 o'clock. You have to pre-book because we have limited numbers, and you have to make sure you come with your face mask, otherwise they won't let us into the museum. I'm also going to be resuming the tour at the Natural History Museum, which is going to take place the following Sunday, which is the 13th, 14th, yes, 13th of September is the next date at the Natural History Museum. And so I picked the Natural History Museum because we have, the British Museum is very popular, and we've had, you know, we have a number of people touring the British Museum all throughout the year. But the human history side of our story tends to be overlooked, and that's why I started presenting the tours at the Natural History Museum, where we will see how Lucy has been manipulated or misinterpreted to or misdelivered, if you like, to give the world the impression that yes, Africans are the primitive form of human, and the European have evolved into something superior. That's the kind of message that is currently being shared in the world of science and in the institutions that teach human history. And so if you join me on Sunday at the British Museum, you can find details of that on Eventbrite. Now, the vision of, as I explained before, we want to find, give people a platform to interact with each other, but also as a one-stop shop where people can achieve that social and economic empowerment. I chose the logo for AmojApp because that is the African symbol of unity. Umoja takes its name from the Swahili word moja. So the Unity logo is painted purple because purple is a color that represents the royal essence of African people, because as we are, you know, the direct descendants of the first humans on Earth. And so we highlight and educate people on the significant achievements and historical events from an African perspective. And we also give people AfriPoint rewards for interacting with those Black-owned businesses, so that people can feel appreciated, but not only that, it's a form of a loyalty scheme where a lot of our businesses are really working hard to get their services out there. And the loyalty programs tend to be overlooked. And so here we have on AmojApp, you have the opportunity to recommend, get your Black-owned business listed on the directory, get your Black-owned business on Afrizone.shop and participate in the rewards scheme where people can share your business and earn points and earn rewards for sharing your business. So on the website, I'm just having to navigate here because some of the slide wasn't loaded up properly. So here we are in Afrizone.shop. Okay, just shop now. There we go. And so people, when you download the AmojApp, you'll be able to access Afrizone.shop on AmojApp, where you'll be able to sell your products. I'm running a promotion right now. It's nearly coming to an end, where Black-owned businesses are able to list their products and start selling online for free for 12 months. So you'll only need to pay your sales fee when at the point of sale. You will not need to pay a subscription for 12 whole months. So instead of spending £35 or £45 on Amazon, eBay, or Etsy, list your business on Afrizone.shop, and you will have a platform that is interacting with other Black-owned businesses, as well as people of African descent. Now, as well as Afrizone.shop, I'm going to go back just to show you the Ikwoku. And so Ikwoku is going to be launched, as I said, let's go there. Ikwoku is going to be launched in a few weeks on the 1st of October. We're just finalizing the technology. And we're also, if we can load up the counter. Yeah, so we're launching in 24 days to be precise. It's exciting times, but we do need your help. We need your help raising funds for this project. So the reason why it's so rare to find Black-owned businesses competing with the likes of Zoom is because of various reasons, such as, you know, lack of technical skill, as well as a lack of finance. So when you have the combination of the two, that's when magic starts to happen. And so we're running another campaign for, as I mentioned earlier, for businesses, the first Black-owned businesses to sign up to subscribe. You get 50% off your first months, and that's huge for those that want unlimited audiences. So let's take a look at some of the features of Ikwoku. Before we do, to give you an example, to explain what Ikwoku means, In Igbo, I think Brother Shakara, reminded everyone or gave a shout out to all the Igbos in the house. And Ikwoku is an acronym that I created from Ikwoku. So when we say Ikwoku, that means I am speaking, or I will speak, or I am talking. Okay, so naturally, I decided to name this video conferencing suite Ikwoku. Okay, so Ikwoku is going to offer people not only of African descent, but any person, to be quite honest with you, any person to subscribe to Ikwoku and use it to host their meetings and webinars. So what features will you get? Well, we've got unique features, and some of those features are not presented are not offered by Zoom. There's the screen sharing, which is obviously standard with every webinar platform, but we also have a unique presentation function that will allow you to remotely zoom into your presentation, and you also get additional file storage as well as polls. There's collaboration tools, we've got whiteboards. We will be releasing extra functions on the free account. There is a free account and much more. So let me just go quickly through to round up. Now, when you buy Ikwoku, you will be able to claim 50% discount. Okay, and so it's going to launch on the 1st of October. So let's just quickly look at the final video. I think this one will load properly. Okay, is there sound? Okay, just leave that. Okay, so here are the packages. You've got the free package, and as you can see, it's got a maximum capacity of 100 people. You get disk space, you get registration forms. Look at all the functions that you get on the free account. So we're asking people to help contribute to be part of this project. Make a donation if you're just interested in the basic free account. With the fresh bobs, with the new Black-owned businesses, we've got a competitive rate of £10.99 per month per host, and you can purchase up to 9 host accounts with this package. And so you get everything on the basic free package, but you also get extra capacity, storage space, you get polls, you get evergreen webinars, which are a powerful tool for your business. And that's just on the basic, the Fresh Bob package. And then the Growing Bob, for the medium-sized Black-owned business, you will have the same price, but the minimum purchase that is for 10 hosts. So it's £109.90 per month for 10 hosts for medium-sized businesses. Remember, the 50% discount applies for the first month, and that gives you capacity of 350 attendees. You get evergreen webinars, more capacity, and more features. And then on the expert board, this is for the big, larger companies, larger Black-owned businesses that have high content, high volume content, that they use the Zoom system very regularly. Then this will be the package for them, where they will have a minimum of 100 hosts at $10.99 a month. They'll get 50% discount on that as well. And then they will have capacity of 500 or more. Now, if you need more attendees, you can purchase other attendees. You can get more features and more attendees on each of these packages. So we like to keep everything flexible for you, and are proud to bring you the Wahala-free cloud conferencing solution. And so
sorry,
let
sis,
me just leave
don't want to cut
on
you.
there.
Okay, cool.
I think my time is running out, so I would say thank you very much for giving me the time to explain what I do and share AmojApp with you all. I hope that you've learned something new. You can download the app from www.AmojApp.com, where you will be able to access all of the services that I've gone through tonight. And I wish you all well, and thank you very much. I do apologize for the technical issues. It was all going swellingly well until the PowerPoint video kicked in. So apologies for that. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, sis.
Thank you very much, sis.